Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have a very exciting introduction today for Throwback 30 Project Pan. This is round number 7, which means it's been going on for 7 years now. I have participated in the last few years and I just love this project so much. I knew I had to do it again. Jessica Lee created this using 30 different Fantastic Ladies projects. So we all voted on the Facebook page what projects we wanted to see in this new round of Throwback 30, and the 30 projects that got the most votes are the ones that made it in. They are all in alphabetical order, and that is how I will be talking about them. Most people roll everything in the beginning of the project, but you can also do this rolling style where when you finish a prompt you roll a new one in. But I will be talking about all 30 prompts and items that I'm rolling in for those prompts in this introduction. Hopefully it will be not too long. I guess hopefully it will not be too long. But you know, I'm not talking about usage or anything like that. I'm just introducing the items, so it shouldn't be. If you're new to my channel, I do mostly panning content. I'm actively working through my collection of the items I already own. I am on my second No Buy year in a row, so projects like this help me move through my collection and get really good use out of everything that I have. I also do get ready with me's and different collabs. I love doing palette bingos every once in a while as well, where I randomize eyeshadows and create an eye look with them. So if that all sounds good to you, I hope you subscribe before you leave. And of course, if you're excited for this new round of Throwback 30, give this video a thumbs up. I will be looking down at my phone just so I can get the prompts correct, and I also have who created each project. I won't be mentioning that every update, but I did want to include that in this introduction, and hopefully I can remember to put that in the description box as well, so every update, if you want to reference like who created each project, that would be down there, hopefully. But yeah, I'm really excited with the projects that were chosen for this round. Most of the projects that I voted for made it, so I'm very excited. And I have all the products here next to me. I'll try to be quick with grabbing things, but there's literally 30 items, so I might have to reach around different things. So the very first prompt is for the project 12 Days of Christmas, and this was created by Jessica and Amanda. There are, you know, the 12 Days of Christmas, the song has each day has different numbers, so you just pick one of the days. So I picked 9 Ladies Dancing, and I'm pretty sure I've done this in the past as well, but I'm rolling in my ColourPop Heart Blush, and this is the shade Let's Dance. So I thought that was perfect for this prompt. And most of my goals for this project will be 30 uses because it's Throwback 30, and that is no exception with this blush. My goal is 30 uses. I already have a nice juicy pan, but I'm just really excited to see this pan expand within those 30 uses. So that's the first item rolling in. The second project is 4 Seasons, and that was also created by Jessica and Amanda. And you basically roll in, I think it's like 3 items per season. And I don't know how people are going to be doing like these types of projects where you roll like 3 prompts for 1 season. I'm just gonna roll in 1 item for this, but I chose the spring season. That is my favorite. I love the flowers, and it's not too hot, not too cold, but of course in the Pacific Northwest it gets pretty rainy, but we do have some beautiful spring days with gorgeous flowers, and of course the rain brings a lot of green trees and green grass, so I just love the spring season. But I'm rolling in something new to my collection. I was decluttered this gorgeous palette from Bella Beauté Bar. Oh my goodness, I feel so spoiled when people declutter things to me. This was from Rocky from the Instagram Let's Pan It Out, and this color story is very spring to me. pastels. Absolutely. So this is a giant palette, so I'm just going to do a goal of no pan left behind. There are 36 eyeshadows in here. I will hold it up a little closer. Yeah, I'm just so excited to reach for this. I have not touched it since she sent it to me, but this was one of the palettes that I've talked about like in my eyeshadow inventory. Like I had it, but I got it in July, so I couldn't show you guys yet because my inventory was as of July 1st. So this is a new palette in my collection. I'm so excited to reach for it, and I think I'll be using it like now. Some of these items I'm going to save for the later seasons like fall and winter, but I'm going to be using that palette now. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will be seeing looks with that very soon. The third project was 50 Shades of Black, and this was created by Jessica, Amanda, and Cece, and you basically choose any item that has any relation to black. It could be in the name, the packaging, the actual product, just anything like that. So I decided to roll in some black packaging. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous Lip, and it's the shade 619 Rose and Shine. It is a pearl finish, and oh, I need to swatch things. Yes, I should swatch things if I can. I'm not going to swatch that whole 36 pan palette, but I will swatch the blush, and I'll do this lipstick really quick. So my goal for this is 30 uses. I actually have not worn this lipstick yet, so it's pretty brand new. Well, I wore it one time when I got it, but it's a very like sheer neutral pink. So I feel like this will just be really easy everyday lipstick. I can pair with any lip liner I want, and I feel like the 30 uses will be relatively easy goal to hit, but it'll get some good use on this lipstick. So let me swatch the blush. Let's dance. Let me just grab my hair. My hair's getting so long, you guys. I rarely wear it down. I don't know. I might cut it. So there's the blush here. It's a beautiful like coral leaning. So I really like to use this in the warmer months. So I'll try to get my use on this relatively soon. Let me know what you guys think I should do with my hair. Do you like it long? I'll put a picture here when it was shorter. If you can compare, it might be on this side. I don't know. That's not important. I think all of the 50 Shades of Blank projects made it in here. So the next one is 50 Shades of Brown. Again, created by Jessica, Amanda, and Cece. And you have to correlate something with the color brown. I'm going to roll in this bronzer duo from Give. And of course the packaging is brown. And it's also very shiny. But obviously it's a bronzer duo, so the products are brown as well. So this is called the Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. And I have the lightest like colorway called Heatin' Up. So I would like to use each of these 30 times. I will just kind of use both products at the same, like on the same day, just to make it easy for tracking purposes. This is slightly too warm. I do recommend this for fair skin tones, but it is slightly too warm for me. So here's the cream and here's the powder. Also, hopefully my nails don't look too terrible. They have chipped so bad. This nail polish is like ancient and it chips literally within 12 hours of me wearing it. So I just touched it up. You know, you can't really tell far away. It's terrible. But yeah, those are the bronzers that I'm rolling in, 30 uses each. Next is 50 Shades of Green, also created by Jessica, Amanda, and Cece. And of course you have to pair something with the color green. And I'm rolling in a single eyeshadow for this. And I'm very excited. It is from Sydney Grace. Let's see if I can pull it out. And it's the shade Mountain Pine. I am rolling in quite a few singles in this project. This is what the shade looks like, but my goal for each of them is going to just be 10 uses each. That is a lot higher than my goal for my single eyeshadow rotation project. So I felt like 10 uses is good for this like bigger project to fit a specific prompt. There is that shade. It's very like neutral green. It's a weird place to swatch. Next is 50 Shades of Pink. Again, Jessica, Mandy, and Cece. And I'm rolling in, oh my gosh, I forgot to grab it. Darn it. I'm just gonna grab it really quick. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm rolling in another palette. This is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette, and of course, it has pink on the packaging. And what is my goal for this? I put my phone over here. And for this palette, I want to create 5 looks with it. It is a mostly shimmer palette. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to use every single shimmer for those 5 looks. There's one matte in there. But yeah, this is a really beautiful palette and I do not use it very often. I think I had it in a project last year for like No Pan Left Behind or something like that. But yeah, I'm excited to get a little more use on that guy. The next project is 50 Shades of Purple, and that is also created by Jessica, Amanda, and Cece, and you have to find something that correlates with purple. I forgot this as well. I am annoyed. I'm gonna make sure that I have everything. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm so glad that I checked because there were 2 other things I forgot. They were all 3 of them were eyeshadow palettes. I don't know how I did that. If you're new here, I'm sorry, that's annoying. I guess if you're not new here, it's annoying too, but I usually don't forget things, so. Okay, for 50 Shades of Purple, I'm rolling in this eyeshadow palette from ColourPop. This is a relatively newer eyeshadow palette in my collection. I got it like earlier this year, like January, I think, from my friend MOTD Sarah on Instagram. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadow palette, just like the packaging wise, but you can see it has purple on it. And this is what it looks like on the inside. I have decluttered the 2 mattes with glitter in them, but I did keep this glitter because it's just such a gorgeous glitter and I could use it on my nails. I think that's my plan. But I want to create 5 looks with this as well. I think I'm going to repeat a couple looks with this, but I just want to get familiar with this palette and, you know, get to know it, give it a little bit of love because it's new and I have not used it yet. So I'm excited to kind of figure out if I like that or not. The next prompt, oh, my phone is upside down, is for 50 Shades of Yellow and Gold, and this is the last 50 Shades of in this Throwback 30. So of course you have to find something related to yellow or gold, and I'm going to roll in a lipstick. This is from Ulta, and this came in like a gift set with a few colors, but this specific color is called Exhibition. That's a hard word. And this is just like a deep berry tone. You can see that there. What is my goal for this? 30 uses. Oh my. So I'm going to roll this all the way up because I have barely any use on this. I may have used it twice, 1 time, 2 times, I don't know. But we're going to see what 30 uses does. So that is where it is currently at in the intro. We'll see what 30 uses does. And of course the gold packaging is how I am relating this to the prompt, but let me give you a swatch of this. Usually in Throwback 30 I have a red lipstick, and this year I decided not to do that because I had such a hard time meeting my goal on that last year. So this is kind of replacing my red lipstick. It is a very vampy lip, and actually I expected it to be more of this color, but it's more like a plum. Hopefully I can wear this like pigmented but also sheared out. I think it's a little too dark to wear as a blush, so we'll see how easily I can get those 30 uses. Next is for the project 7 Deadly Pans, and this is a project that focuses on the 7 deadly sins, and this was created by Andreea Petre. I'm so sorry that I'm butchering your last name, but I chose Envy, which is correlated with the color green, and I'm rolling in another green single eyeshadow from Sydney Grace, and this one is called Stringtown. And again, for my single eyeshadows, I'm going to do 10 uses. So this is what that shade looks like. It's a gorgeous, I would say it's more cool tone green, maybe neutral, cool toned. I think it will pair really well with that other green. I'm going to swatch it. This is like a really weird place to swatch because there's some space in between other swatches, but I wanted to swatch it like next to this green so you can see them next to each other. Hopefully that's in focus. I can't really tell. But 10 uses for that guy. Next is the Ancient Mythos project, and that is kind of based off of like Greek mythology, I'm pretty sure. I don't follow that project, but I think that's what it is. And that was created by Darya Poliyenko. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I will have names on the screen so you can know who I'm talking about. And I chose the prompt Aphrodite, which is for a pink product or one you fell in love with at first sight. And this fits both prompts. This is my AOA Paw Paw contour stick in the shade Nude. This is my favorite cream contour at the moment, and it has been for a while. But it's pink, obviously, but I literally fell in love with this the very first time that I used it. And honestly, maybe the first time I set my eyes on it, because I could tell the shade was so good for pale skin and cool toned. I want to use this 30 times. This is it rolled all the way up. I'm just going to use my hand because it's longer than the cap, but we will see how many or how much progress 30 uses does on this guy. I am currently working on a cream contour in my Rolling Project 10 pan, and then I also rolled in that Give cream contour in that duo. So we'll see when I can get to this, but it's my favorite, and I really wanted to give it some love this year. The next prompt is for the project Another Pan Bites the Dust. This is a, oh, I forgot to swatch the contour. There is swatched. You can see how beautiful, cool toned, and light it is for fair skin. The next project is for Another Pan Bites the Dust. That is a project based off of the band Queen. I'm pretty sure all the prompts are like Queen songs. And this was created by Ceylan and Valerie. I just picked the prompt that was like the same name as the project. So the song Another One Bites the Dust, which is to finish a product that you are already close to finishing. And I am rolling in this perfume. This is from Victoria's Secret. It's the Pure Seduction Untamed perfume, and you can see where I'm at. Actually, it's kind of hard to see because of the floral design, but I am down here, and even though that looks like there's not much left, this is going to take me quite a few months, but I feel like it still fit the prompt because when it comes to perfumes, like this is close to finishing, but I'm also working on other perfumes, so we'll see how long that takes me, but I really want to finish that up before the end of 2025. It's very old. I got it at a garage sale probably 5 years ago. It was full, but who knows how long that person had it. Still smells great. Does it have notes on it? It just says ripened berry, violet leaves, pure seduction in the wild. Yep. Next is the project Beauty and the Beast. I think this is such a fun project. I love the prompts, and this was created by Rain O'Brien. I picked the prompt Lumiere, which is an illuminating product, and so I decided to roll in one of my mini Becca shimmering skin perfectors, and I chose the shade Vanilla Quartz. And I'm going to roll this in for 30 uses. This does already have a teeny tiny pan in here. This was an organic pan. I did have to repress this because it was decluttered to me, and when I received it in the mail, it was shattered. So hopefully I can get some pan expansion with those 30 uses. I'm sure I will, but this is a very icy highlighter. Let me see here. You can see it swatched there. It's great for my skin tone, but it's very icy, so I'll probably be using that in the winter months. I think that's a good time of the year for that. The next project is Beauty A to Z, and that was created by Jessica and Amanda. And I have a product for the letter Y, and it is my little mini, I guess just deluxe size. I don't know how to categorize this, and I don't know how many mils. I think this is like the 1 mil, but this is the YSL Libre, and you can see here that it is empty. So I did decant this into this, I don't know what these are called, ionizer. I don't know. This is all that's left in here. My friend Jamie from the Impulsive Panner, when we met up in real life, which is so fun when I get to meet, she's the only like panner friend that I've actually met in person, but she gave me a ton of little goodies, and this was one of them. So I found this so handy. I'm using it, Jamie. Thank you. But it just has a spray, and this bottle is just one of those, like, it just has like a hole in the top, so I find it more difficult to use that way, so I did put the rest of the product in here, and I'm gonna try to finish this. It shouldn't take too long. I really like that fragrance in like the fall and winter, so I probably won't be using it until then, but I do want to finish that one. Next is Birthstone Beauty, and this was also created by Jessica and Amanda, and I was born in March, so my birthstone is aquamarine. They also said you could do jade or bloodstone, but I just love aquamarine, so I wanted to find a product that fit that color, and I thought that this palette was a pretty good fit. I'll throw up a picture of what aquamarine looks like, and I feel like these colors here work pretty well, and of course they have like gems, like stones and things. So this is the, oh, I forgot to say, this is the Pat McGrath Labs Bijou Brilliance eyeshadow palette in the shade, in like the Lunar Nightshade palette. And what do I want to do with this? And I want to use each shade 5 times. Instead of doing like the 5 looks with one palette like I'm doing with the rest of the palettes, I thought that 5 uses each shade would be better for this quintet, which, I mean, I could easily create a look with all 5 shades and just do that 5 times. So we'll see what I do with this, but this is very, very pretty. Next is Budget Beauty, and that was created by Floralisa. It's basically just a drugstore or an inexpensive item. I'm rolling in a foundation from CoverGirl. You've seen this in past projects, but this is the Clean Matte Liquid Foundation in the shade 505 Ivory. I do have a little marking there to show where I'm starting, and I do want to finish this. This is a decent match for me. It does, I'm pretty sure it oxidizes on me, if I remember correctly. But I will do a little swatch. Oh, not very good swatch. You can see it right there. Maybe. Right there. So it does oxidize a little bit, but it's not terrible. The next project is Child of the 80s. This was created by Ceylan, and I chose the prompt Candyland, an item that is candy themed, which it could be it smells like candy, has a type of candy in the name, etc. And I'm rolling in my P. Louise, the Cheek of It cream blush. This is in the shade Lolly Dolly. So like a lollipop is candy, and you can see that's a beautiful like baby pink color. And I want to use this for 30 uses. This is very light, but it's very bright as well. You can see it there. So I'll probably use it under painting and also on top of my foundation. We'll just see how I use it for those 30 uses. The next project is ColourPan. That was created by Misty, and that's just a project where you work on your ColourPop, Fourth Ray Beauty, or Soul Body products. And I'm going to be rolling in a lip liner from ColourPop. This is just their cream lip liners, and it's the shade Flattered. I want to use this 30 times, and I feel like this will work really well with that Ulta lipstick that I rolled in. Oh my gosh, they work really well. So I'm going to swatch it next to it. There's the lip liner here and the lipstick. So I think this will pair really well with that Revlon lipstick as well. And I think it'll be relatively easy. I like to wear vampy lips in the fall and winter. Obviously, it depends on like what look I'm wearing on my eyes, but I do enjoy a good vampy lip. The next prompt is for the project Disney Princess, and this was created by Jessica. I picked the Princess Cinderella, and she is represented by the colors light blue or dark brown. And I am so excited to share this on my channel, but if you saw my Declutter Regrets video, I talked quite a bit about the Sigma Cinderella eyeshadow palette. And of course, my good friend DW here in the beauty space sent me hers. So I have this palette back in my collection, and I'm so happy about it. I love DW, and I'm just so grateful that she sent this to me. And Tina gets to keep the Cinderella palette that I decluttered to her, so that's great. So this is what this palette looks like. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to use this again. So I'm gonna create a goal of using this for 5 different looks, just like my other palettes. Yay! The next project is Happy Hour. This was created by Dannie and Deb, and I chose the prompt Mai Tai, a beach or summer themed item. Mai Tais always remind me of my honeymoon in Maui. We drank those constantly when we were over there. Got pretty sunburnt by hanging out by the pool drinking Mai Tais, but that's a different story for a different day. And I also chose something that reminds me of my husband, so it's also very special to me, and it is the Pretty For Your Face Sand Dollar. If you've been around for years, I had this in a project for a prompt that reminds you of your significant other. And okay, I'll show you the shade here. Beautiful, neutral shimmer. But before my husband and I got married, he took me to a beach. I don't even remember where it is, but oh, I hope I can find pictures. I'm sure I can. The beach was just full of sand dollars. There was literally thousands, hundreds of thousands of sand dollars on this beach, and I had never seen so many sand dollars in my life. And so now everything like sand dollar-y makes me think of that beach that my husband took me to. It was magical. It was magical. And so is the shade. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous shade here from Pretty's For Your Face. So my goal for that is 10 uses. Next is I Heart the 90s, and this project was created by Laura, and I chose the prompt Butterfly Clips, which is cute packaging, and I thought this cream blush from Tarte was just so stinking cute. I actually gave this to my mom like in a set years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, and then she recently decluttered it back to me. So I have it again. It is in the shade Peach Retreat, and it is a cream blush. I don't often play well with peachy tones, but this looks pretty pink to me. So hopefully it'll work. I can always underpaint with it. But my goal is 30 uses, and this is it here. It looks pretty neutral, so I think it'll be okay. Like this ColourPop blush looks more peachy than that, so I think that'll be good. I am very curious if 30 uses will reach the bottom of the pan in this cream blush. The next project is It's Panning Cats and Dogs. I miss that project. I loved it so much. I missed a lot of these projects. But this was created by Deb B and Dannie, and I picked the project Ragdoll, which they're known for their blue eyes, so the prompt is a blue product, either name, product, or packaging. I picked Ragdoll because my sister has a Ragdoll cat, and he's just so gorgeous. I've always loved Ragdoll kitties. If she gives me permission, I'll put a picture up of him. The funny thing is they thought he was a girl when they got him, and so they named him Zoe, but then they found out he was a boy, and so they changed his name to Zorro, but they just call him Zo, or Zozo, so that's how I refer to him, Zozo. And I'm rolling in another new product in my collection. This was also decluttered to me from Rocky, and it's one of the NYX Jumbo eye pencils, but it's in the shade Blueberry Pop. So it is a blue. I should have taken the packaging. It still has like the plastic on it. You can see the shade there though, so I can't swatch it now because I don't want to take the time to take the plastic off, but when I use it and talk about it in whatever update, I'll swatch it then. But I do want to use this for 30 uses. I can either use this as an eye base or maybe as like an eyeliner. I've never used one of these jumbo pencils before. I know a lot of people talk about like the white one, Milk, I think. But yeah, I thought blue would be nice for my love for cool tones. It'll pair nicely with a lot of my looks. So I'm going to use that for 30 uses. The next product is Lip Service. This was created by Jessica and Amanda, and you just roll in any lip product. I'm rolling in another product that my mom decluttered to me, so quite a few things in here that were given to me but I have not used yet. So this is from Milani, and this is just, it doesn't really say what kind of lip product it is, but it's just a cream lipstick in the shade Plum Rose. You guys, this is hilarious. Look at the shape of this. My mom is one of those that like has a very specific lipstick shape. I do not. Like, I'll probably wear this down flat. I mean, I don't mind. I don't share lip products with anybody, but she's my mom. Like, I've been sharing makeup with her my whole life. You know, it doesn't bug me at all. But I want to use this 30 uses, and I'm really curious. I don't think that will finish this, but it will give me a really good head start. Let me swatch. It's just a really nice neutral pink color. I think this will look really good on me. I have not tried it, but I love those tones for a lipstick. Next is Nightmare Before Christmas, and this was created by Jessica and Amanda. And I don't know how people are going to be doing this project, because for Nightmare Before Christmas, you're supposed to pick like 13 products for Halloween and 12 products for Christmas. So what I did Sorry, I have like a tickle right here. So what I did was I picked a product for Halloween and I picked a product for Christmas. But for Halloween, my goal is going to be 13 uses, and for Christmas, it's going to be 12 uses. So I felt like that was a good way to represent this project. And both of those products are single eyeshadows again. So the one for Halloween is called In for a Treat. So like trick or treat, Halloween. And it is this like dark, cool toned shade. I don't know about this shade, you guys. It's kind of like a satin shade, and I don't really like satin shades in general, but I guess it does have a little shimmer in it. I don't know. I might be decluttering this, but I will get my 13 uses out of it. And then for Chris, my baby or my toddler just cried. Hopefully he'll go back to sleep. Sometimes he does like a noise in his sleep. For Christmas, I'm rolling in Noel. And I'm going to use this for 12 times. So I love this shade. I had this in the last round of Throwback 30 for Christmas and I couldn't stop using it. I just love it so much. Terrible spot for a swatch, but I just really like silvers on myself, so that will be really fun to use. The next project is Nightmare on Panning Street, and that was created by Ceylan and Valerie. And I picked the least spooky prompt because I'm not really big into horror movies. So I picked Jaws, which is a water themed item. It can be in the shade name, the product, packaging, and I rolled in the Alter Ego Coastal palette. So you can see there's water, but also like coastal. So I want to use this for 5 looks as well. It's a beautiful cool toned palette. This is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, and I do really enjoy the looks that I can get with this one, so I'm excited to use that. I haven't used it yet this year. The next project is Same Pan Last Year, and this was created by Shelly. I miss Shelly. I miss a lot of these, like Dannie. I miss Dannie. I miss Ceylan. I miss Misty. I know Misty's going through some medical stuff. Yeah. It's sad when panners kind of move on to, you know, different phases of their life, and panning is just not a priority for them anymore. I hope Shelly is doing okay. But for this project, I picked the prompt Valentine's Day, and I'm rolling in another single eyeshadow. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. I'm pretty sure. But I had to pick this one because it is called Valentine Baby. And you can see that's from Praise for Your Face, but this is just a beautiful pinky shimmer, pinky white shimmer, a great inner corner shade. Where am I going to swatch this? I'm running out of room. Sorry, I've gotten quieter. I just don't want my son to hear me. Usually it's fine, like if he's in a deep sleep, but I don't want him to hear me and like wake up, you know. So there is that shade swatched. The next project is That 70s Pan. That was created by Cece and Kim. And I chose, okay, so this is so funny because so many prompts of this project like describe my house. My house was built in 1976, so I have a lot of features from the 1970s project, including the prompt that I picked, which is Sunken Living Room, and that is something with a dip or a pan. And I am pulling in my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I'm currently working on this bronzer in my Rolling Project 10 pan, but I do want to get some more use out of this highlighter, and I'm not a super fan of this highlighter anymore. I think the formula has changed. It's become kind of chalky, but I do want to get more use out of it. I have it. So I want to get 30 uses out of this. It already has a really nice pan. But yeah, it's definitely not my favorite highlighter anymore. Where am I going to swatch this? I can swatch it there. Hopefully you can see that. It's right there. Like, you can barely see it. I just feel like the pigment and the shimmer is just not there anymore. But since I already have it out, it will be nice to get some use out of that highlighter. Okay, we're almost done. 4 more. The next project is That's Expensive. This was created by Misty. You just have to pick an expensive product in your collection, and that can be, it's really relative. But I'm rolling in my Jouer blush duo. This is the Coquette blush duo, and I want to use each of these 30 times. I absolutely love these, and I often use them together. I'll do kind of like an ombre blush with this, so 30 uses each will be easy to track. I'll just use both at the same time. Okay, my camera decided to die on me. So I had to get up. So I don't know if I look different, but I only have 3 more. The next one is That's So 2000s, and this was created by Samar. The prompt I picked was Frappuccino, something sweet, and I am rolling in my Sydney Grace cream highlighter in the shade Sugar Cookie, which is very sweet. I want to use this. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hello. I want to use this 30 times. I do think 30 uses will get me like pan or bottom of the jar, because I have a really nice dip in this. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but I really enjoy this. I use this every single day underpainting. I just mix it with my cream blush, so it's just really easy for me to use, and I will swatch it like here. You can see how much more pigment and shimmery this one is compared to the Charlotte Tilbury. I really should have brought like a towel. I've been wiping stuff on my shorts. I'm sure people that do painting videos can relate to that sentiment. Is that the right, like, sentiment? Is that the right word for that? I don't know. Second to last is Turn and Burn, and this was created by Jessica. It's just a project that you can use samples up quickly and kind of replace them as you go. I'm just going to roll in 1 sample at a time, and this first one is going to be my Redken. It's like a multi-benefit treatment. I'm assuming it's kind of like a heat protectant serum spray. It just says it says after shampooing, spray evenly on damp or towel dried hair and leave in for nourishment. And then it says rinse out after 1 to 2 minutes for lightweight conditioning. I don't know. I thought this was like a leave-in, but then it says rinse out. So I guess I'll be using this in the shower. If you guys are familiar with this, tell me what to do. But I just want to finish it. This has 30 mils, so it's 1 ounce. The very last project is Zodiac Panner, and this was created by Kana. I am an Aries, so that's what I picked, and that is represented by the color red. I was going to do a red lipstick for this, but then I chickened out. So I decided to roll in another eyeshadow palette, which I am trying to reach for. This is my NARS Climax eyeshadow palette, of course the red packaging, but I just want to create 5 looks with this as well. This is a beautiful fall and winter palette for me, so I'm sure I'll be getting my looks around that time of year, but that is the last product in this project. I hope you guys are excited as I am to start this new round. For each update, I probably won't be talking about every single item, just the ones that I have any progress or usage on, but yeah, let me know if there are any palettes that I showed here that you want me to do like a specific video with. I am going to be doing a get ready with me soon, and I might be using some of these products, but we will see. If you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, I hope you do so before you leave. So I see you all in my next one. Bye.